Listen, life's been a little rough lately. I haven't made a video in about 3 months, and I'm sorry about that. But I feel like we've all been there. Either a show isn't very entertaining, or we're not finding anything appealing. Playing games with the boys just isn't that fun anymore. And on top of that, some of our favorite sports teams are just finding ways to lose every time they play. Like Lakers, bro. You got one of the best teams in the league, and you're 0-2. Also, I'm recording this at 5:11 a.m. I'm sorry if I sound a little tired, but this is important. I've been in the dumps, and a lot of us guys, when we are down bad, usually at 3 a.m. or earlier for the people that like to sleep early, but we find ourselves just sad, depressed, and we try and find a way to escape from that. And usually for us guys, busting a nut is all we need. But instead of busting a nut, I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this one clip from a show called BoJack Horseman. And I've never seen BoJack Horseman before, and this clip got me interested in the show.
Is it terrifying?
No, I don't think so. It's the way it is, Everything must come to an end. The drip finally stops.
See you on the other side.
Oh, BoJack, no. There is no other side. This is it.
After seeing that clip and deciding to watch a show, I started to think this show has a very compelling narrative about dealing with life and dealing with either becoming a successful person and then falling off, and also just finding your purpose in life. It's kind of something that we all seek to accomplish in life, and seeing someone that once made it and once was at the height of their dream finally just be pretty much at one of the lowest points of their life. I don't know how far or how low BoJack will go in this series, but I think it's very compelling. It keeps you wanting to see how will BoJack fuck up his life even more. To me, I think this is a very important thing that made me want to keep watching the show. And so I took that dive into BoJack Horseman last week, and I watched all of season 1. And here's my blind review, 100% blind review of BoJack Horseman season 1.
That's not true. I can express feelings. Nothing on the outside, nothing on the inside.
See, I started the show with an open mind, hoping for something to make me say, oh, maybe this show right here I can binge and enjoy in one sitting. But no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't, and you shouldn't. The show is humorous and knows how to keep you engaged throughout its entire season's arc. But I will say, my best suggestion is, of course, watch the show, but watch it in chunks. It can get very deep at times and maybe bring up those feelings of past trauma. But at the same time, that's where the show shines. Even though these are fictional characters, the show will get very close and intimate with the audience. It will expose everyone's past lives. Like, for example, Diane, when we get to visit her family for the first time, we find out that Diane was bullied when she was younger. Her literal parents and her siblings set her up on a fake pen pal to get her to fall in love and finally feel like she was actually wanted in life, but instead to come out it was just her siblings. Like, how cruel is that? Everyone in the show has a cruel ass life, and I feel like at some point each person that watches the show can relate to a character. One of the reasons I really liked the beginning of BoJack Horseman and the introduction to the series was the fact that I was able to enjoy the series and its dramatic moments, but also then have some lighthearted moments or funny plot points in the same episode as these dramatic events. For example, the episode where BoJack meets his old mentor that he abandoned when he was doing the show Horsing Around, and we've come to find out that yes, BoJack abandoned him and his friend has cancer, and BoJack comes to realization that yeah, he's a shitty friend. He abandoned his friend to become the Hollywood star that he was, and his friend will never forgive him for that. He ruined his life, and it's very deep. And then on the car ride home, BoJack decides to kiss Diane, which also is just bad because BoJack, why are you stealing one of your friend's girls? And also Diane's about to get married to Mr. Peanut Butter. It's just such a simple plot point in my opinion, and it makes you want to watch more of the show. Because in the middle of all this, Todd is just giving therapy to these two girls that decided to rob him. And also, these two girls are celebrities. Like, they're known people, and Todd's just like, yeah, that's cool, you're robbing me, I don't really care. And he's just giving them therapy. And it's funny because it just makes sense, because it's something Todd would get himself into. Another one of my favorite Todd moments is when Todd in jail trying to figure out what gang he wants to be a part of, and he's taking like a skit from Horse horsing around and trying to blend well in prison. Like, it's something very simple that's really funny, and it makes the audience still find a way to laugh about things and not have to take things so seriously all the time. It's really funny too as well because it explores more of Todd's character, of how he is as a person and how dumb he can be, but also how smart he could be at the same time, if that makes sense. I think Todd is a very fun character, and he's someone I didn't really like at first because I was like, oh, what is he gonna do? He's just that character that just has all the one-liners. But then we come to find out that Todd actually has an interesting life, and Todd is actually a good character. He's three-dimensional in my opinion. He has things that he wants to do in life. He feels like a failure because of his parents, and he was a no life. He was a NEET pretty much all his life. And then once he gets his big break, this is another reason why I like the show. Once he gets his big break, BoJack ruins it, because BoJack doesn't want to be lonely in life, which we could tell this as the truth because of BoJack's actions throughout the whole episode. A scene that stuck with me during the season was when Diane called him out on it and said this.
Look, I get that helping other people is not your thing, but...
What? I let Todd live rent-free in my stately manse. I am his own personal Mother Teresa.
But do you let him stay here because you're kind, or just because you're terrified of being alone?
That is insane. I would love to be alone. That is all I want.
If that were really true, I don't think you'd be clipping Todd's wings all the time.
What?
Afterwards, we see BoJack deny it and keep denying it until it spirals out of control, and he ends up just sabotaging his best friend's big break. And honestly, there's a lot of reasons why BoJack might act this way, and one of the big reasons is that BoJack didn't have good parents. They shitted on him. His mom hated him. His dad was just a workaholic. They didn't like each other. I mean, yet again, I'm only in season 1, so this is what I know of now. And honestly, for most people, he might just not want to feel lonely, because if he never had parents that was there for him and to nurture him, like, his mom only really used him for clout, like the lollipop scene where he's like, sing the lollipop song, that's the only reason why I have you, you're a piece of shit. And it's like, well, if I was in that same situation, of course I wouldn't want to be lonely again. Like, my parents don't love me, it seems. They're only using me for money. Why would I not want to keep my friends, you know? And honestly, I would love to see where they go with this. Like, how far will they take BoJack's character and show how devastated he was as a kid? And I think this is really cool because it's just one hint. That's another reason I really like the show, because it will leave like these very small details that will just make you wanting to know more about these characters and how deep things really go. Like, another good example is when BoJack had that trip when he was planning on writing his own version of his book and not using Diane's version, and you learn a lot about BoJack's mentality. It kind of reminded me of Evangelion when Shinji's doing that trip thing where he's like, who am I? Am I myself? Objects are just lines. Lines are objects. And he's just having that existential life crisis and not realizing that he is a person. And I think BoJack has that same thing happen to him, I guess, where he's just tripping balls and he's just like, my life is shitty. I'm just a horse swimming in water until I finally just die, you know? It's like he wants to move up in life, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but it's kind of like a metaphor for his life. He wants to move up in life, but he's just stuck in the water swimming, and there's someone watching him, and it's him right there. Did I just psychoanalyze myself, or BoJack Horseman? I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I need sleep, but yeah, I really like that scene. But I think the show had very good writing, and I enjoyed pretty much every second of it. I love the character, like the guy that's a kid. Obviously he's a kid, and there's kids on top of him, but we'll never find it out. And Princess Caroline is just a cat that wants to feel loved, and it's very hard for her because she's dating a kid. Yeah, great plot. Great plot point. I cannot wait to find out that it's actually not a kid and an extremely long human, but the world may never know. Honestly, maybe I've just been watching too many CW shows and that's my fault, but I think this writing is 10 times better than most of the things I've watched recently, and I'm definitely going to watch season 2. I really am curious of what's going to happen with Todd, because Todd knows that BoJack screwed him over. Like, BoJack really shouldn't have up and bought that CD and hired that trained actor and ruined Todd's chances of ever becoming something in life. I mean, I'm sure Todd will get another break later on in the seasons because he's an important character, and we want to see our boy Todd win. If Todd doesn't win at the end of the show, I will be very pissed. I also love the fact that Todd went to jail, which I already said, and got mixed up with gangs. I thought that was really funny, especially while Diane was having like a very bad day and Bojack was having an existential crisis, like I said. And also, Diane, oh god, Diane. I knew it from the start that she would be an important plot point to this show, because there's always going to be that guy that's overly too good for the girl, and the shitty guy is always going to get with the girl. CW shows, it's coming out to me, sorry. I liked Vampire Diaries too much. I'm sorry. Please stone me. I shouldn't like it. I thought the season had some very good episodes. Like, for example, the Zoe and Zelda's episode, I really enjoyed. I thought it was interesting diving into each people's characters. BuzzFeed guy, that was hilarious. That BuzzFeed guy is fucked up. I cannot wait to see what the BuzzFeed guy is going to do with Diane, and how much of a Zelda Diane will be, or maybe a Zoe will be in the future. I think it's a really funny way to establish the characters going forward in the show and see how they progress as a character. Honestly, this is when I knew that I would really enjoy the show, because the foreshadowing is really good as well. For example, at end of one of the episodes, it zooms into the receipt underneath I think the couch where Todd is sleeping. So it's like foreshadowing, like, ooh, will Todd find the receipt, or will it be there forever? And it's like, okay, obviously he's gonna find the receipt. But I really like that they did that in this show. Honestly, I'm looking forward to BoJack season 2, and I know I kind of just ranted for however long this video is gonna be. 5:27 a.m. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you guys for watching. If you've made this far, I don't know if people will watch this. If you like these type of raw reactions to shows I'm watching, I would love to do more of them. I'm also rebranding the channel, so if you see colored borders around all the videos, it's because I'm labeling what videos are what. For example, my game videos, which is the I'm Hit show, will be the green border. The TV shows, I believe, are, I'm checking right now, blue border. So this will have a blue border around it. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. My name's I'm H, aka Joe. Have a great fucking day, and don't forget, you mean something, and you will accomplish anything you want to do in life. Never forget that.